Waking up in the middle of the night, especially at 3 a.m., is an experience many of us are familiar with. There's something undeniably peculiar about this moment, something that transcends mere wakefulness. Perhaps it's the enveloping silence, the darkness that feels heavier, or the mind caught between dreaming and reality. For some, it's just a coincidence, a matter of biology. For others, however, it's a calling, a deliberate interruption carrying profound and mysterious meanings. When we awaken at this hour, there's a moment of hesitation, a pause that prompts the question, why now? Why this exact moment calling me back from unconsciousness? The experience may initially feel unsettling, but the discomfort soon gives way to curiosity. What if this is more than just a disruption in sleep? What if it's an invitation, an opportunity to hear something usually drowned out by the noise of the day? The mystery of this hour invites us to explore what lies beneath the surface. Perhaps it's the magic of silence. At 3 a.m., the world around us seems to be in absolute stillness. No traffic, no frantic movement, and even the sounds of nature take on a softer rhythm. This silence isn't empty but full of possibilities. It offers us a mirror in which we can observe our own restlessness and thoughts without distraction. Waking at this hour invites us to reflect, to pause and listen. It's a reminder that amidst the chaos of daily life, there are moments that belong solely to us. Moments when the mind is more receptive, when the veil between the material and the immaterial feels thinner. And perhaps these moments aren't accidental. Perhaps they're a call from the universe to pay attention, to look beyond the obvious and dive deeper into our essence. At 3 a.m., when everything seems immersed in absolute silence, many spiritual traditions view this time as sacred. It's not just a random point on the clock, it's a temporal space charged with symbolism and meaning. Across cultures and beliefs, the early morning represents an interval where the connection to the divine becomes more accessible, where the material and the spiritual coexist almost tangibly. In Christianity, this time is often associated with vigilance and prayer. In ancient times, monks and ascetics would wake during these hours to dedicate themselves to silent contemplation, believing that the early morning was when God's voice could be heard most clearly. It was a time of humility, a period when the noise of the world diminished, allowing the soul to turn inward and upward, seeking guidance and grace. In Buddhism, the early morning is considered ideal for deep meditation. With the mind still free from the worries and distractions of the day, practitioners can enter states of concentration and insight more easily. The silence of the night isn't seen as emptiness but as fertile ground for presence and awareness. Masters teach that this is the perfect moment to cultivate mindfulness, to listen to one's own breath, and to let the mind find its center. In Sufism, a mystical tradition within Islam, this hour is equally revered. Sufis believe that the early morning is a time of intimacy with the divine, an opportunity for the heart to open and for the secrets of the universe to be revealed. They gather for spiritual dances, chants, and prayers, believing that the energy of this hour facilitates a deeper connection with the infinite. In all these traditions, there is a shared belief. The early morning, particularly 3 a.m., represents a thinner veil between worlds. In this state of stillness, the universe seems to breathe with us, offering a portal to deeper reflections and more intense spiritual connections. It's a moment when the spiritual doesn't just call to us but envelopes us as if to say, I'm here. Listen. This concept of a thinner veil need not be understood literally. It can be a metaphor for our own openness. When the external world slows down, when the light of day gives way to the quiet darkness, we become more receptive to what we normally ignore. The intuitions we silence during the day begin to whisper. The feelings we repress find space to emerge. The answers we seek feel closer, as if they've been patiently waiting for this moment to reveal themselves. The early morning is a reminder that there's something beyond the rush of daily life. It's an invitation to slow down, to connect with what cannot be seen or touched but can be deeply felt. When we wake at 3 a.m., we're not just waking from sleep. We're being called to an inner awakening, to a state of awareness that transcends routine and brings us into contact with the sacred. The number 3 carries a symbolism that transcends cultures, religions, and philosophies. It appears repeatedly as a universal archetype, representing balance, wholeness, and the connection between the earthly and the divine. When we consider waking at 3 a.m., it's impossible to ignore the hidden meaning behind this number, as if it's trying to convey something deeper to us. In religious traditions, the number 3 is often associated with harmony and unity. In Christianity, for example, we find the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, a triad representing divine completeness. This idea of Trinity isn't limited to Christianity. In Hinduism, there is the Trimurti, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, symbolizing creation, preservation, and destruction, the natural cycles of the universe. In Taoism, the number 3 is linked to the perfect balance between yin, yang, and Tao, the force that unifies opposites. But the symbolism goes beyond religion. In our human experience, the number 3 is a constant structuring our perception of reality. It's present in the beginning, middle, and end of every journey. It represents past, present, and future, reminding us that time is a continuity. It also appears as body, mind, and spirit, a triad defining our multidimensional existence. Through the number 3, we understand the interconnection of different aspects of who we are. This number also symbolizes the dynamic balance between opposites. Consider the idea of harmony. We often imagine two opposites like light and shadow as forces in tension. But the number 3 reminds us there's a point of integration, a third force that doesn't cancel the others but unites them into something greater. It suggests that true balance isn't static but fluid, a state where contrasts coexist in harmony. There's something almost poetic about the presence of this number in such a peculiar time, 3 a.m. It's as if the universe is inviting us to reflect on our own wholeness, on how we balance the different aspects of our lives. The number 3 calls us to seek unity within diversity, to find peace in the coexistence of opposites, to see the divine in multiplicity. In this context, waking at 3 o'clock isn't just a chronological event. It's a symbol, a reminder that we are more than we think we are. It's a call to consider how we're living our inner triads. How do we connect body, mind, and spirit? How do we honor our past, live our present, and dream of our future? What do we need to integrate to achieve a greater sense of balance and purpose? This reflection on the number 3 offers a key to unlocking the mystery of waking at this hour. It's not merely a moment of physical awakening but an opportunity to align ourselves with the universal harmony the number represents. It's an invitation to recognize the inherent perfection of the universe and, by extension, the perfection within each of us. This scientific explanation does not diminish the spiritual mystery of this moment. On the contrary, it complements the perspective that waking at 3 a.m. invites us to explore a convergence of mind, body, and soul. Science provides tools to understand how our brain functions, but it does not invalidate the subjective experience of waking at this hour. On the contrary, it reinforces the idea that this moment is a gift, an opportunity to access deeper layers of ourselves. When we view this phenomenon through the lenses of both science and spirituality, we see that both approaches converge at the same point. At 3 a.m., we are in a uniquely open state, ready to explore, reflect, and connect. It is a rare opportunity to combine the insights of the mind with the callings of the spirit, creating a space for transformation and growth. The night has always been a powerful symbol in the human journey, representing both stillness and mystery, introspection and confrontation with the unknown. For Carl Jung, darkness was not merely the absence of light but an invitation to explore our shadow, that aspect of the unconscious that we carry yet often avoid. Waking at 3 a.m. is, in many ways, a call to this encounter. The shadow, as Jung defined it, consists of everything we reject or do not accept within ourselves. These are traits, emotions, and memories we deem unworthy, repressed to preserve an idealized image of who we believe we are. But the shadow does not disappear. It remains within us, waiting for the right moment to emerge, and the night, with its silence and absence of distractions, provides the perfect environment for this to happen. When we awaken in the darkness of the early morning, what surfaces is not merely external silence. Often, we are confronted with thoughts or feelings we avoid during the day. It is as if the surrounding darkness brings forth our inner darkness, revealing fears, insecurities, or desires we hide even from ourselves. These moments may feel uncomfortable, but they are also profoundly transformative. They offer us the chance to integrate what has been divided, to embrace what has been rejected. In this sense, the night becomes a metaphor for the unconscious. Just as we cannot see what surrounds us in darkness, we often fail to perceive what is hidden within us. But upon waking even briefly, we have the opportunity to light an inner lamp, to observe what emerges and to ask, what does this have to teach me? What do I need to accept about myself to move forward more fully? Accepting the shadow is not an easy process. It demands courage to look inward, to confront parts of ourselves that feel foreign or undesirable. Yet, it is precisely in this confrontation that we find the potential for healing and growth. Jung believed integrating the shadow is essential to becoming whole. It is not about eliminating the darkness but finding balance between light and shadow, allowing both to coexist. The early morning, with its stillness and introspection, provides the ideal setting for this inner work. Instead of resisting discomfort, we can choose to welcome it, perceiving it as an invitation for self-discovery. We can use this time to reflect on repetitive patterns in our lives, the emotions we tend to ignore, or the desires we avoid acknowledging. Each thought or sensation that arises at this hour is a messenger, bringing valuable insights about who we are and what we need to transform. When we understand waking at 3 a.m. from this perspective, it ceases to be a nuisance and becomes a gift. It is a reminder that even in the darkness, something waits to be discovered. It is a chance to reconcile with our wholeness, to embrace both light and shadow, and to move forward with greater authenticity. The darkness of the early morning, like Jung's shadow, is not an enemy but an ally. It invites us to explore the unknown, face our fears, and discover the strength within us. When we accept this invitation, we realize the night is not just the end of the day but also the beginning of a new inner journey. Waking at 3 a.m. can be a profound calling, a whisper from the universe that echoes through the innermost layers of our soul. This moment, so silent and isolated, seems to open a door to a clearer connection with our life purpose, as if life were asking us to pause and reflect. Am I living in alignment with who I truly am? The concept of life purpose carries weight and mystery. Often we try to define it as something grand, a final goal, or an extraordinary achievement. But in truth, it can be found in daily choices, in how we live, love, and connect. Waking in the middle of the night gives us the chance to question the paths we've taken and reflect on whether we are aligned with what our essence truly desires. This moment also invites us to listen to the inner voice often drowned out by the noise of daily life. During the day, we are constantly bombarded by expectations, obligations, and distractions that distance us from our own thoughts. But in the quiet of 3 a.m. there is no escape. We are face to face with ourselves, and this encounter can bring revelations about what truly matters. Ask yourself, what is my soul trying to tell me? Is there something I've been ignoring or avoiding? Perhaps it's a dream placed on hold, a repressed desire, or a sense that something needs to change. This awakening is an opportunity to reassess these questions, to bring to light what lies deep within our hearts, and to begin acting more in alignment with who we truly are. Carl Jung said, "Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens." The early morning, especially this hour, invites us to this inner awakening. It is a chance to reconnect with what drives us, with what brings us joy and meaning. Purpose is not a distant goal. It is found in the choices we make now, in the present moment. Many spiritual traditions view moments like these as divine invitations to reflect and realign. In Christianity, waking in the early morning is often interpreted as a call to prayer and vigilance, a moment of connection with the divine. In Buddhism, it is a propitious time for meditation when the mind is calmer and more receptive. These practices not only help us hear our inner voice but also connect us with something greater, a universal force that guides us. If you feel waking at this hour is a nuisance, perhaps it's worth re-examining that perspective. It may be the universe gently nudging you, asking you to pay attention to what's within. It is a reminder that your journey is not only about what you do but about who you are. Use these moments to reflect on what is working in your life and what needs to change. Ask yourself, am I living in alignment with the values and dreams that truly matter to me? Perhaps it's a call to start something new, abandon old patterns, or simply appreciate more deeply what you already have. The important thing is to allow yourself to explore, without judgment or haste, what your soul is asking you to notice. The early morning, with its calm and mystery, offers a mirror to look beyond surfaces. It invites us to realign, to listen, and to remember that life purpose is not something to be found out there, but something to be uncovered within. When we accept this invitation, each awakening, even the most unexpected ones, becomes an opportunity for growth and transformation. Gratitude also plays a vital role in the manifestation process. By expressing gratitude for what you already have and for what is yet to come, you elevate your vibration and create resonance with the universe. Before going back to sleep or starting your day, take a moment to give thanks not only for your desires but for everything that already contributes to your journey. The early morning also teaches us the value of detachment and manifestation. It is important to trust the natural flow of life, allowing your intentions to take shape without excessive attachment to the outcome. Imagine planting a seed. You care for it, provide water and light, but also allow nature to take its course. The same applies to your intentions. Plant them carefully, nurture them with positive actions and emotions, but trust that the universe knows how and when to bring them into reality. Additionally, the words you choose to express your intentions are powerful. During this quiet moment, verbalize or write your intentions in an affirmative way, as if they are already true. Instead of saying, "I want to have peace," say, "I am peace." This subtle shift reinforces your connection to the energy you wish to attract. The early morning, with its serenity and potential, reminds us that we are co-creators of our reality. It offers us a pause from the fast-paced flow of the day, a space to listen to our deepest desires and align our thoughts, emotions, and actions with what truly matters. When we see this awakening as an opportunity for manifestation, it becomes a gift, a moment of transformation and creation. Transforming the discomfort of waking at 3 a.m. into an opportunity is an act of spiritual courage and an exercise in reinterpretation. Often, our first reaction to waking in the middle of the night is frustration or irritation. Why am I awake now? Why can't I just sleep? These thoughts are understandable, but when we view this experience through a new lens, it reveals itself as an unexpected gift from the universe. Discomfort is often a signal that something within us or in our environment is asking for attention. It could be an unresolved emotional issue, a subconscious concern, or even a call from the soul to pause and observe the present moment. Instead of resisting the awakening, try embracing it. Ask yourself, what is this moment trying to teach me? What opportunity lies hidden within this discomfort? One of the first steps to transforming this experience is to change your internal narrative. Instead of seeing the awakening as an interruption or a nuisance, see it as an invitation. This small adjustment in how you interpret the situation can open doors to insights and realizations. Recognize that rather than being a moment of loss, it is a chance for gain. A space to connect with yourself in a way that may be impossible during the chaos of the day. If the feeling of restlessness or discomfort persists, consider it an opportunity to practice acceptance. Discomfort, whether physical or emotional, often intensifies when we resist it. Instead, take a deep breath and allow yourself to simply feel what is present without judgment. Accepting the moment as it is, without trying to change or control it, can bring an unexpected sense of relief and peace. Another important step is exploring how to transform this moment into a personal ritual. Perhaps you could use this time for a brief mindfulness practice, where each inhale and exhale becomes a reminder that you are alive, present, and connected to something greater. Or maybe it's a moment to get up, drink a glass of water, and look at the night sky, reminding yourself that you are part of a vast and mysterious universe. Discomfort can also be an invitation for creativity. Many brilliant ideas and profound insights emerge when our minds are relaxed but awake, as they often are during the early morning hours. If thoughts or images start to flow, don't ignore them. Grab a notebook and write down whatever comes to mind. You may be surprised by the solutions or inspirations that arise when you are willing to embrace the moment. Furthermore, the repetition of waking at this hour might be a sign that something within you is seeking balance. Ask yourself if there are aspects of your life that are out of alignment. It could be a relationship, a goal, or even the way you care for yourself. This time may serve as a gentle yet persistent reminder to pay attention to what needs adjustment. Finally, remember that you don't always have to do something grand in these moments. Sometimes, the simple act of being present, feeling the silence, and allowing yourself to just be is enough. Transforming discomfort into opportunity doesn't mean eliminating the discomfort but finding beauty and meaning within it. Each time you wake at 3 a.m., see it as a chance to restart, realign, and open yourself to new possibilities. By doing so, you turn a moment that might otherwise be viewed as an obstacle into a stepping stone toward greater understanding, peace, and growth. When we examine the phenomenon of waking at 3 a.m. in light of all the reflections and possibilities we've explored, it ceases to be an irritating mystery or an interruption to sleep. It transforms into an invitation, a silent call from the universe offering a moment of pause, introspection, and deep connection. It is a reminder that we are immersed in something much greater than ourselves, a constant dance between the visible and the invisible, the conscious and the unconscious. This awakening, so singular and personal, is like a key that allows us to access dimensions of our soul that are typically drowned out by the noise of the day. It invites us to slow down, listen, and rediscover parts of ourselves that long for attention. It is a portal to self-awareness, an opportunity for alignment, and an open window for dialogue with the universe. Each time you wake at this hour, remember that you are not alone. Thousands of others around the world share this experience, each facing their own mysteries and seeking their own meanings. This invisible connection is proof that in our individual journeys, we are, in fact, deeply interconnected. Each awakening is an opportunity to transform what could be discomfort into possibility, what could be silence into dialogue. By embracing these moments, you begin to see that they are more than mere events. They are invitations to live more consciously. It is a call to ask, what does my soul long to express? Am I living in alignment with what truly matters to me? These questions, when asked in silence, can reverberate in unexpected ways, bringing clarity, purpose, and peace. Waking at 3 a.m. also serves as a reminder that we don't need definitive answers to live meaningfully. Often, the very act of embracing the mystery is what transforms us. It is in the space between the known and the unknown that we find the true magic of life. It is in this interval that we connect with the divine, the essence of who we are, and the vastness of the universe. The next time the clock strikes 3 a.m. and you find yourself awake, try expressing gratitude for this moment. Whether you choose to meditate, pray, write, or simply sit in silence, the important thing is to recognize the gift being offered. Each awakening is a chance to begin anew, to listen to yourself, and to align with something greater. In doing so, you transform what might have been seen as inconvenient into one of the most sacred and enriching moments of your life. It is a continuous journey, a practice of presence, and a reminder that in every moment, the universe is conspiring in your favor, calling you to live with greater authenticity and purpose. Remember, when you awaken, whether in the middle of the night or in life itself, you are being guided towards something greater. It is not just a physical act but a movement of the soul, an invitation to explore, discover, and grow. And finally, if this journey resonated with you, I invite you to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Share this content with someone who may also be seeking answers or connection. And of course, leave a comment with your own experiences of waking at 3 a.m. Your story might inspire and light the way for others. Together, we can transform these moments into a bridge to something extraordinary. Remember, every awakening is an opportunity to learn more about yourself and the universe around you.